When you hear the words sex therapy, what comes up for you? For some people, it's curiosity. For others, it's fear or embarrassment. Many imagine a room full of awkward silences, invasive questions, or even something inappropriate happening. And those myths are powerful, and they keep people from reaching out for help. The truth is, sex therapy looks nothing like the stereotypes. It's not about being judged, and it's not about performing. It's about creating a safe and compassionate space to discuss intimacy, struggles, and connection in ways you may never have been able to before. In this video, we're breaking down exactly what to expect in your first sex therapy session, what happens, what doesn't, and why so many individuals and couples feel a sense of relief once they finally take that first step. Hi, I'm Morgan Bogard, a couples and sex therapist at the Center for Intimacy, Connection, and Change, CICC for short. At CICC, I work with individuals and couples navigating challenges like low desire, painful sex, performance anxiety, erectile dysfunction, or even just feeling emotionally disconnected from a partner. Most people walk into that first appointment feeling nervous or uncertain. That's normal, and my role is to make sure that you feel safe, respected, and understood so that you can finally put words to the things you've been carrying silently, sometimes for years. How does sex therapy work? At its core, it's talk therapy. It's not something mysterious or intimidating. It's simply a focused type of counseling that zeroes in on intimacy and sexual concerns. Think of it less as a test and more as a supportive conversation. You're not being judged, and you're not expected to have it all figured out before you walk into the room. In your very first session, the goal isn't to fix everything right away. It's to understand your story. A therapist might gently ask about your personal background, your relationship history, or how long you've been noticing the struggles that brought you in. If you're attending as a couple, both partners get a space to share their perspectives, and what often surprises people is just how different those perspectives can be, even about the very same situation. One partner may describe frustration about desire fading, while the other describes anxiety or pressure that makes intimacy harder. Both experiences matter, and part of the therapist's role is to connect those dots. From there, the therapist begins to build a roadmap, a plan for where therapy could take you. Not a quick fix promise, but a foundation for steady progress. This is about creating safety, clarity, and direction, not rushing towards solutions that don't last. So what actually happens in that first session? Well, most of the time, it's a simple, structured conversation where you'll have space to talk about what brought you here now, at this point in your life, instead of 6 months ago or 6 years ago. What shifted? What's hurting? What do you hope will be different? You might be asked questions about your sexual history, your relationship patterns, your medical background, or even past therapy experiences. And these aren't designed to embarrass you. They're designed to give your therapist the most complete picture of what's happening so that they can support you with the right tools and strategies. Many clients describe the first session as an unexpected relief. For the first time, they can say out loud what they've been silently carrying around, whether that's performance anxiety, difficulty reaching orgasm, or the painful sense of emotional distance from their partner. Just putting words to those fears often takes away some of their power. Naming the problem is the first step to moving past the shame and towards healing. And here's some good news. You don't have to prepare much at all. You don't need the perfect words, and you don't need to walk in with all the answers. Therapy isn't about having a script. It's about showing up as you are. And that said, it can be helpful to reflect on what feels most important to you right now. Maybe you want to reduce anxiety before sex. Maybe you're hoping to bring desire back into a relationship that's started to feel routine. Maybe you're simply curious about why intimacy feels complicated when you wish it didn't. Some people find it useful to jot down a few notes or questions ahead of time, some things that maybe they don't want to forget to mention. Others prefer to just show up and let the conversation unfold. Either approach is fine. The most important thing you can bring with you is honesty. Even if you walk into the room and say, I don't know where to start, that's a perfectly good place to begin. Therapy is about exploring together, not about performing perfectly. Now, let's pause and clear up a few common misconceptions because sex therapy often gets misunderstood. One of the biggest myths out there is that sex therapy involves sexual activity in the therapy room, and that is simply not true. There are no physical demonstrations or sexual acts involved in the sessions. What happens in the therapy office is conversation, education, and guidance. You might receive strategies like mindfulness techniques or communication tools or structured exercises to try in the privacy of your own home. But everything you practice physically happens outside the therapy office at your own pace in a way that feels safe for you. Another myth is that you need to be broken to see a sex therapist, and that's just not the case. Many people seek sex therapy not because something is fundamentally wrong, but because they want to grow. They want to better understand themselves, strengthen their relationship, or explore intimacy without shame. Therapy isn't about labeling you as dysfunctional. It's about building skills, increasing comfort, and deepening connection. So, what are the benefits of sex therapy? While the focus may begin with sexual concerns, the benefits ripple out into every area of life. For individuals, sex therapy can reduce shame, ease performance anxiety, and help you feel more comfortable in your own body. It's about reclaiming a sense of ease and confidence in yourself. For couples, the benefits often show up in ways they didn't even expect. Arguments that once revolved around blame, you never want sex, or you always shut me out, begin to shift into conversations of understanding and collaboration. Therapy creates space for empathy, and over time, many couples describe feeling closer, more trusting, and more affectionate, not just in the bedroom, but in everyday life. And that's the beauty of sex therapy. The changes extend beyond physical intimacy. They show up in better communication, fewer conflicts, more laughter, and a renewed sense of being a team again. It's not just about sex. It's about rebuilding connection and confidence in ways that transform the whole relationship. What should you expect in your first sex therapy session? Expect honesty, expect compassion, expect a space where you can talk about what's real without judgment. You may feel nervous at the start, but by the end of that first meeting, most people feel lighter because they no longer have to carry the burden alone. At CICC, we offer sex therapy for both individuals and couples, online and in person throughout Maryland. If you've been searching sex therapy near me and wondering what it's really like, this is your invitation to find out. Visit centericc.com to learn more or schedule your free 15-minute consultation, because intimacy isn't just about sex. It's about connection, confidence, and feeling truly understood. And therapy can help you get there.